All right, everyone. Welcome welcome all to episode 40 of the Casey and Tyler show. Coming to you guys on a Wednesday this week. Pretty packed show, despite football being done, actually. We'll get into some sports news on updates, obviously going on today. Micah Parsons woke up beside of Lions Twitter. I don't think he knew existed. We'll talk a little bit about the NBA All-Star game and just how bad it was. Obviously, we have to recap the Genesis Invitational, awesome tournament. John Rahm holds on to win that one. Tiger made the cut. Lots to talk about there, obviously. And then Casey, it's mock draft season. The CNT mock draft 1.0. We'll do a live mock draft with you guys and see who the Lions end up with over the course of 7 rounds.
Yes, that's if me and T were GMs and we were the best GMs in the fucking game. So any NFL owners out there and you need some GMs, we'll do dual role for half the price.
Yeah, that sounds like a great get to me. I mean, what could possibly go wrong?
Right? We just make a shit ton of money and lose our jobs after 2 years and run a team into the ground. I mean, that's the worst that can happen.
Sign me up.
And get death threats. I'm fine with that.
Yeah, I can live with that.
I
no
can
problem
live with that. Yeah,
I'll be on an island golfing by the time they won't even know I changed my address.
Right.
All right. As always, Casey, floor is yours.
Anything you'd like to say? Do this.
All right. Casey, first and foremost, got to start with this. Micah Parsons, man, just taking a stray shot at Detroit for no reason. I'll throw the tweet up right now, so those can see it. But essentially, what happened was Amon-Ra St. Brown has a podcast, and from my understanding, he was basically pleading with Jalen Ramsey to come to Detroit, and Micah Parsons basically said, "Ain't no one going from LA to Detroit." Like, what, dude?
But did you see Jalen Ramsey's tweet? He was like, I was trying to get y'all to the playoffs, but I'm not talking about my future.
Yeah,
or something like that.
Fuck
Micah Parsons.
Micah Parsons just coming at Detroit for no reason, has no idea what it's even. I bet he's never even stepped foot in Michigan. And if he has, he certainly
has. He went to Penn State.
Oh, yeah, I guess he would have came. Okay, he hasn't been to the D, I'm assuming. And if he, I don't think people understand. Lions Twitter was hot about this morning. My TL was popping off. I don't think he necessarily realized how connected and united this fan base is, especially right now as a Lions fan. So just unnecessary stray shots.
I went at him.
Yeah, you went at him quite a bit. I'll throw those tweets up as well.
Fuck Micah Parsons.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Stupid motherfucker. I used to like that dumb fuck. Now I hate that stupid cocksucker. Like, I'm not going to wish an injury on a guy, but I hope he has a horrible season next year. Horrible season.
I think we discussed this. The Lions and the Cowboys play in Dallas next year, I believe. And I'm like keyed up watching Penei Sewell put him in a box for 4 quarters. Like,
he's lucky they're not playing in Detroit.
Oh, he'd get
so
booed.
Fucking lucky.
He'd get booed.
Oh, 100%.
So yeah, that was a fun way to start the morning. I mean, like again, Micah Parsons and Penei Sewell might be the 2 best players from that draft class. I mean, they both are looking like they're well on their way to Hall of Fame careers, but not a Micah Parsons guy anymore. He's a dog, but I don't like him.
I used to love him. I mean, even though I'm not a Cowboys fan, I used to like Micah Parsons a lot.
I remember in that draft, I was like, yeah,
I love him.
I was cool with Penei Sewell or Parsons. I didn't really have a preference either way. It looks like it worked out for both teams. Obviously, I like Penei Sewell's well on his way to being one of the best tackles in the sport. So, but yeah, Micah Parsons just stray shots at Detroit. I loved Ramsey's response too. Like, He's like, I was really trying to get you all in the playoffs, and then he was like, yeah, but I can't discuss my future.
Right.
Would you give up 18 for Ramsey?
18? No.
I wouldn't either, but I would do like 2 seconds
Yes.
or like a second and a third however. I just wouldn't give up a first round pick for him.
Like
I don't
maybe like
think.
a second, fourth, and fifth or something
Yeah,
stupid like that.
yeah, I would do that. I only because I just think that the team has like corners a huge need, but it being such a deep cornerback class, and we'll get to that at the end of the show, obviously. Um, I don't know. I'd rather get a guy on a rookie deal. Granted, there's only one Jalen Ramsey. He's very, very good. But if you think that you can get similar production on a cheaper deal, because he's going to cost a lot too. That's something you got to keep
Right.
in mind. So, um, sticking with the NFL here, franchise tag season is officially among us. It started today and ends March 7th, I believe. And then free agency starts March 15th. There's two different types of tags, I guess. So there's an exclusive tag and a non-exclusive tag. Exclusive tags 45 million for 1 year. The non-exclusive tag, a player can negotiate with other teams, and then the team has an option to match that offer, or they'll receive 2 first-round picks for the player. So it's essentially kind of like a sign-in trade.
Right.
I would say the big name to watch is definitely Lamar Jackson. However, I do have an article here talking about some of the other big names. Daniel Jones with the Giants, Saquon Barkley also with the Giants. And you only get one tag a year, so it's not like you can tag multiple players. I was watching Get Up today, ESPN, and they were basically saying the Giants' strategy is going to be to kind of use the franchise tag against both players, and like one of you is going to take it. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
and so they're going to try and work out a deal, obviously, with both players. But at the end of the day, one of them is going to get franchise tagged for sure. Some other ones here. Let's see. Josh Jacobs, running back for the Raiders. Interested to see what they do with him. Obviously, Derek Carr's not there anymore. Can't really see them letting Jacobs just walk. So maybe franchise tag him and then you let him walk after next year. And then Jordan Poyer, safety for the Buffalo Bills, kind of like a leader on that defense. So be interesting to see kind of what teams do. Let me see here. The CBS article has no players as a potential franchise tag for the Lions. Interesting. It says Detroit has free agents worth retaining, but none is worth slapping the tag on prior to
Yeah,
free
it'll be too
agency.
much money.
Yeah. Essentially, they're like they can the guys they want to resign, they'll be able to resign without having to use
Isn't
the
the
tag.
franchise tag like what is like how much is the franchise tag?
Well, the exclusive tag's 45 million a year.
That's 45 mil. Well, the other one's probably about. I mean,
Yeah, well, you can negotiate. So, like, let's say they wanted to use it on Jamal Williams. If he went out and found a team that was willing to give him
oh yeah,
12
then they
million,
tag that. Yeah,
then they
then they
match that.
match it.
Yeah. Yeah. So we'll keep an eye on that. Obviously, like I mentioned, Lamar Jackson saga is going to be very interesting to see if they decide to move on from him. And again, he's doing all this without an agent. So we'll keep an eye on that for sure. Going to be an exciting offseason. We've mentioned it the last couple shows, but especially as a Lions fan, it's the first like meaningful offseason we've had in quite some time. So I'm looking forward to that.
Me too.
Former Lions offensive coordinator Jim Bob Cooter is set to become the offensive coordinator for the Indianapolis Colts. Just thought that was noteworthy. Colts kind of shoring up their staff. And then obviously there was that bizarre video with the new Cardinals coach. Did you watch
Yeah,
that?
dude. Yeah, you show the like
explosions.
He's weird.
Weird. And I was watching a podcast the other day, and they were like, "What rookie on their social media team saw that and was like, no, that's a good idea. Let's put that out there." That's one of those things where you just be like, "Nah, we're just not going to post anything," because all it did was make him look bizarre.
Right.
He's like sizing up all the. It was just a bizarre video. So yeah. Live Golf team quiz, Casey. I stumbled upon this. I know you took a prior show. What team did you get? You got the Ironheads?
No, I got the fucking Crushers.
Oh yeah, Bryson's
I
team.
got
I got
Bryson's
the
team.
my first time I took it, I got the High Flyers, Phil Mickelson's team. You expect to watch any live golf this year?
No, no, I will
Yeah,
never watch Live Golf.
yeah. It's not compelling enough for me either. Expect. Oh, I should have put this on here. You finished Full Swing.
Yes.
What were your thoughts?
Um, I liked it a lot. I mean, I loved Full Swing. I mean, it was how the only thing I didn't like about it, but I see why they did it was like you brought up the same tournament so many fucking
Yeah, they
times. Like
didn't
you
go in
brought up
chronological order. They
no,
they
but it
focus more on narratives and storylines. But
yes, it
yeah,
was like narrative of like the first one was JT and Spieth's friendship.
yep,
Then it was like pretty much showing JT winning the PGA and accomplishing winning another major since
yeah,
pretty much winning another tournament, first tournament since what 21?
yeah,
Because I think that was his first win since the Players.
correct.
Then it went into what was the next episode? Was that the Joel Damon one?
No, that was number 3. The next one was the Brooks Koepka episode.
Yep. I mean, that one was all right. The Joel Damon one was probably one of my favorites.
The
That
Joel
one and the
Damon one,
last one.
Joel Damon was fantastic. That was an emotional episode. I mean, it just really was like them showing just like the inner battles that golfers have, obviously the friendship between him and his caddy is just remarkable.
I
There
mean, it's
are
just
some.
go ahead. Sorry.
I was gonna say there are some player caddy relationships on tour that are way more professional than that,
Right.
and just to show that the relationships are just different and they are ride or die for each other as they get, and just to see how so many people in the sport believe in Joel Damon more than he believes in himself, it has to be a hard thing for him to grapple with on a day-to-day.
Yep, I was just about to say that. I mean, it's just not the funniest thing is like you have all these people that say Joel Damon is a great golfer, and he's like, I mean, yeah, I'm good, but I mean, I'm not great.
He I thought it was really humbling that he admitted, he goes, it's just hard for me to stay locked and focused out there sometimes. Like he goes, when you're
Right.
not playing well, you just want to get out of there. And and he's like, at one point in the episode, I think he like the caddy was like, well, you told me you were gonna make $1 million in the next 4 events or something like that. Caddy's kind of like, I don't get paid unless you get paid, motherfucker. Like you better
Right.
start playing well. And then obviously for him to perform as well as he did at the Open or the US Open, which was just so cool to see.
Right.
I thought they did a fantastic job. I think that the feedback overall has been very positive, and I'm excited to see what they take with that feedback in season 2. Like I do think one of the biggest, and I wouldn't even say it's a complaint, but the big observation or something that was, like you mentioned at the beginning, it not going in chronological order, and it kind of felt like you were talking about these same tournaments throughout. I wonder if they'll take that feedback and maybe adjust how they tell the stories for season 2, because they're out there filming now. I also think one positive is I think players that declined to be on the show the first time are going to watch it or hear the feedback and be like, that was really cool. I want to be a part of that, because it didn't
Right.
show any player really in a bad light. It's not like they caught people slipping, except for the guys that went to live. I mean, I thought the last episode with Rory was fantastic.
Oh yes.
Fantastic. And yeah, just I thought it was really well done. And I was a little nervous for it because I follow golf pretty closely. So I was worried for someone like me that it was like, well, I already know the outcome of these tournaments. But because of how behind the scenes and in depth they got, I thought they did a great job.
Dude, there were so many tournaments. I was like, this guy won. And it was like, no, this guy won. I got so many tournaments mixed
It's
up for
just
some reason.
confused. Yeah. Well, it was also funny because like you can tell obviously like some of the voiceover stuff was post-production. So like they basically intimated that Spieth's win at the RBC Heritage was like the kickoff the year, and it's like that tournament is well down the line. You know what I mean?
Right.
But for like the casual viewer that's who they're trying to capture, they're not worried about us. We're gonna watch golf regardless. We're gonna play golf regardless. But like for the casual fan, they would have no idea. So I think that was just kind of like a post-production editing thing, and that didn't really bother me because they're just trying to build a narrative, right?
Right. One of my favorite things was when Joel David was talking about the waste management. He was like, then we got to talking to from the PGA because like you're not supposed to take your shirt off on a golf course. And
Yeah,
it
he's
just
like
made me think of the drunkers when I took my shirt off on the one green after
some
me and Dylan almost flipped the cart. And I took my shirt off and I was running around the green because I sank a putt.
the day before that happened, the starter literally said, just don't get too drunk out there. We've had people take their clothes off. And we can't have that. And we were like, oh, we won't do that. And the next day, Casey's literally punting field goals or kicking field goals with beer cans. And I mean, yeah. Well, one, you guys turned off the cart going down the hill. So you had no anti-lock brakes or anything and just
Oh,
were
dude, we
going
were
a
going so
thousand miles an hour.
fast. And then we just started turning out. I thought we were flipping the cart, but we just did a complete 180 and we're going like probably 20 to 30 miles an hour backwards easily.
No way. Yeah, that's just that was the hell of a time. Yeah, that was funny. Like, cause I remember like I was watching live when Harry Higgs and him did that, and like you just think like we want tits, we want
Right.
tits. And I was like, oh, there's no way they do it. And then yeah, he was like, yeah, so apparently you're not supposed to take your shirt off in the middle of a golf
Like the
tournament.
funniest thing was you didn't hear it like obviously when you were watching it, but like the Netflix crew caught it. You just hear Harry Hicks say, "If this goes in, I'm just taking my shirt off."
Yeah,
He warned Joel Damon, then it happened. He took his went like that with his shirt. That fucking
dude.
Joel Damon took his shirt off and just went around his temple.
The PJ Tour is like that was a cool moment, but just please don't do that again.
Oh yeah, they were probably like, "Hey, like here's a small fine. Never let it happen again, or you will be suspended."
Yeah, they were like,
we will take your card away.
We got young golfers now that are going to sink a putt in an amateur tournament and think it's okay to take their shirt off. You know what I mean? Like, no way.
Oh.
Last thing here before we get to the NBA All-Star game, Madden could be going away. I was reading today that the people at EA Sports that specifically work on Madden view this as a make or break it year. They realized the feedback for the last however many years has been yeah. I'm trying to you play it more than
I was gonna
do.
say, well, you find that article. I'm gonna so Madden has been so bad the past couple of years. Like I remember there was one year I buy Madden every year. And yes, yep. I'm that guy that buys Madden every year, even though it's pretty much the same fucking game. Sometimes it's even worse than the year before. There was one year I bought Madden and literally took it back the day after because when guys were sprinting, it looked like they were doing the fucking high knees. It was so fucking bad. It wasn't even enjoyable playing. This year's Madden, it is so like they're trying to get way too realistic with it to where it's impacting the game. To where it's making it either like if once you figure out one way, like when I found out that in this Madden, it's really easy to pick off the ball. Or if you have a dude in a corner and press coverage, and you have a fast receiver, throw a streak on that dude. It's either touchdown, 40-yard bomb, or pass interference. It's one of those three things.
Yeah, so what this tweet says here is report Madden NFL 24 will be a make or break release for the franchise. Big changes are coming. The negative response to the game, which management believes is completely justified, has forced many inside EA to have a now or never mentality. That's per Insider Gaming EIG. And basically a lot of like the follow-up responses were like if they put all this money in to revamp it and fix it and it comes out and people still don't like it, they'd probably just discontinue it and either start up like EA can make a different football game. It just may not be under the Madden franchise.
Well, the issue is they put so much money and effort into Ultimate Team to where the rest of the game sucks.
Right. And I like for me, whenever I've played Madden, I'm not interested in Ultimate Team. I just want to build a franchise or do the my player. Like
Ultimate Team is like that's the one thing that Madden needs is like their whole face to the franchise thing. That fucking sucks. It was so
good.
Bad.
It was really good when it first came out, though. It was like when they had like a storyline and stuff. They need to make it more so like customizable to where like your responses can be different, more open world type of thing. Like I feel like 2K's done such a good job with their My Player, and they need to try to follow that model. And also, I think one thing that's really hurt Madden is that they don't have a competitor in the space to force them to be better.
Well,
So
neither
it's not
does 2K. NBA
that
Live's not a thing.
well, no, there's isn't there another NBA game?
Mm-mm.
There used to be, right?
Yeah, it used to be NBA Live.
There's just not that anymore. I didn't realize that.
No, yeah, NBA Live's. I don't think. I'm pretty sure NBA Live's not a thing anymore.
Huh. Well, regardless, for both those games, and my point's the same. When you don't have a competitor in the space to force you to be better, think about all the things with PGA, 2K21, and now they have the EA Sports one coming out. Like they legitimately were arguing over rights to courses and players and stuff because they want their game to be better than the other. When you're
Right.
Madden, there's no incentive for you to put out a better product because like you said, you buy it every year regardless. So I don't know, I thought you'd be happy to know that they are clearly hearing the feedback and
I mean,
hopefully
the
when
one thing I liked about this past year's Madden was they changed free agency to where it's like you put in likeness of guys where it's like your location matters and how your team performs matters. So it's like if it's an older player and he's like, oh well, I want to be in a state that that has no taxes. It's like if your team is not in a state that it has no taxes, that hurts you possibly from getting that guy. And I liked that aspect of the franchise mode that they added. But they get way too realistic. They put way too much time and effort into Ultimate Team. And Ultimate Team, it's you get started and all of a sudden you have to start for your team to get really good. You have to throw in fucking hundreds of dollars, and I'm
yeah,
not
it's
doing
pay to
that.
play. It's pay to play. It's
Yeah, or
stupid.
it takes forever for you to get good, and it's not even fun. It's not even fun to play. Like I love Ultimate Team. I fucking love it because I love getting a team that is 68 overall and then building it till it's fucking 99 and you can get whoever you want on your team. Like I can have Calvin Johnson as is one of my receivers, and I can have all these guys like pretty much my dream team and all that.
Yeah,
So it's just one of those things to where I mean I think I don't know. We'll see.
we'll see what they do.
We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens when it comes out this year.
I'll say it's about damn time they recognize that the product has been good though. Like to me, them at least acknowledging that's a huge step in the right direction. If that makes sense. Hello?
Sorry, I was looking at the tweet you sent me.
Yeah, I thought that was interesting. Last thing here before we get into the NBA, I saw this earlier. There's a 2020, the Masters tournament is selling a hosting kit. So it's $175. It serves 12 to 14 guests, and it has things so you can have the same menu as like they have at the Masters.
Well,
So
you didn't know
it's
they did that for the
I didn't realize they did this. So you can get
no, they don't. They only did it during COVID. I don't think they did it last year, but they probably got a feedback. I'm like, oh shit, this is a legit thing because the foreplay guys did it. Yeah, during the year COVID where
I
they weren't
remember
allowing
this.
fans.
I
They were
remember
like,
this.
you get some Masters cups, you get a little bowl of the pimento cheese so you can make
Yeah,
the cheese sandwiches.
it's
You get
that.
the egg
Yep.
salad that
Egg
you can make.
salad, pimento cheese, pork barbecue,
Yep.
plain potato chips, barbecue potato chips, 12 cookies, Masters branded souvenir cups, sleeve of 25.
Yep.
Um, Masters branded wax paper, Masters coasters, pack of 12, hosting kit materials, bread and buns not included. I was like, dude, if we were to have like a Masters watch party, that would be so fun to do.
Yeah.
Like granted, it serves 12 to 14 people. We need more than just us, but like that would be cool. Because even if you charge people
Dude,
$5,
it,
$10,
what it's 12 to 14. Fuck that, dude. I eat like a person. Okay, well, me and you probably eat about like three people, I would say.
3.5, 4.
Three and a half. Well, you eat like a little bitch, so I say
Well, I don't know
you're
that
like
the other day, man, I ate like my whole pizza that you picked up for it. Like I ate a lot of food that day.
I mean, it'll be one of those things where like, we would have leftovers.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I think I saw this. I screenshot because I wanted to talk about it. I was like, that's a great idea. Like, I like especially because their menu's so iconic, right? Like, it's cheap, it's affordable. That's like the one good thing about the Masters. You get a beer for $4, $5. Like, it's a super affordable versus you go to like some other sporting events, beers are like $18.
Right.
So, all right. We took a long time on that, but that's fine. NBA All-Star game, Casey.
Yeah,
Just
we
a
got
horror.
15.
That's fine.
No,
We'll if we have to do it.
I'm
Yeah.
just letting you know. So probably the football thing we'll probably need to do another one.
Yeah, that's fine.
So I think we can get the next two in 15.
Yeah, yeah. NBA All-Star game case, just a horrible product in my opinion.
I haven't watched it in years.
Yeah, I didn't watch it either. I just like I was watching The Last of Us. It's like a new show, and I had it up on my phone, just like I pulled it up like halfway through the show to see what was going on. And there's just no one plays defense. The score, what was it, 185 to 174 or something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
And they have to do something because if as a player, why even play in it? I mean, there's just your people just jacking up threes from midcourt. It's a borderline unwatchable product in my opinion. And so I was sitting here thinking, a couple of podcasts I've listened to since Sunday, just kind of brainstorming what can they do to fix it, and if there is really a fix, because we kind of talked about this yesterday on the phone. Like all the all-star games kind of suck. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I would say like the best one is. I mean, well, okay. I get why the football one isn't like it used to be, or isn't exciting because think about it. Some of these guys have over a month off, and you want them to go and play a game. Some of these guys have
Also, they've just played 17 games. None of them like they this is their time to like not get hit. You know what I
right.
mean? Like
I kind of get the football one. I liked how they changed it this year, and
I
so
thought it
they.
was entertaining. I thought the flag football was super fun.
Yep, so do I.
Um,
The baseball one's probably the fun the best one, but
yeah,
that's mainly because I mean it's kind of hard to not try
right.
in baseball.
You're still gonna throw 90 and you're still gonna try to hit home run. So like that product does, you can't just, like you said, it's not like the NBA where I'm just not gonna guard you. Like you're
Yeah,
still gonna play defense, you're still trying to, and so that one I think plays the most traditional to how a regular baseball game would be played, right? I don't know what they can do to fix the NBA game. My idea
it's
was do
carrying.
like what'd you say?
I think it's just carrying. I mean, if you look back in the day, like I saw a video of Kobe saying like, "Yeah, I try in the All-Star game
He
because like
did.
he was like, you want to get
You
you
want to put
people
on a
want to
show.
see what it looks like when you get the best players in the world together and play a game. It's like I don't care. We get it. You guys are the best players. You guys can shoot from 40 feet and make it. Okay, you're not guarded.
Yeah.
No one's on you. Yeah, you can throw it off the backboard and do some sick dunk. Okay, yeah, that's a little cool, but it's like honestly, you're a professional, so I expect it.
Well, yeah,
You're
especially when
talking some
you
fucking high school athlete doing it. That's a lot more cooler, in my
yeah.
opinion.
Well, and also like when you're doing all these crazy dunks in the game, you're also not expecting some big man to take your legs out for trying to post him. You know that's not going to happen. No one's going to try and do that in the All-Star game. I don't know. I had the idea of trying to do like a 3-on-3 tournament. You get 8 teams, 3-on-3 tournament. Maybe players want to carry more. Maybe you try to pair up guys that are on the same team. I don't know what the fix is. That the people that make that decision are well above obviously the pay grade that I'm even talking about, but
right.
they got to do something because what's the point? Just
No,
don't play
I
it.
don't like it. It's stupid. It's a fucking joke.
Shout out to Matt McClung winning the dunk contest.
Yeah, G League guy. He earned his entire career salary in one night.
Yeah, 8 career points, but balled out. I mean, some really cool dunks too.
I mean, he's been doing that since high school.
Yeah, his high school tape has millions and millions of views.
Yeah.
He started out at Georgetown, and I think he transferred to Texas Tech.
Yep.
And then just
Finished his career at Texas Tech.
All right, this is tough to make in the NBA. You know what I mean?
Oh, it is. It is 100%.
But yeah, it was cool. Good for him. I mean, he definitely.
I mean, he's not the biggest guy.
He's like 6'2". Yeah, he's not super tall. Super cool. Super cool dunk contest. That was the best part of All-Star Weekend, in my opinion.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on to the Genesis Invitational. I love this tournament. What a tournament it was. This is the second elevated event of the year, I believe. Maybe the third. I think it's the second.
Second.
Uh, Ron holds off hometown Homa. It was a hometown crowd for Homa. Ron finishes 17 under, Homa at 15 under, almost jarred one on 16, which would have got him one back with one to play. I mean, one of the more aggressive and ballsy chips I've seen, and just lipped out on him. I mean, that was crazy. Rahm's the fastest player to 3 wins based on the calendar year since Johnny Miller in the 1970s. I think it was 1975. So he's just off to a crazy
he's
start
playing
this year.
great. Him and Rahm are playing. I mean, him and Homa are playing fucking phenomenal golf right now.
Jon Rahm is a problem on the golf course. I mean, an absolute problem.
And it all started since the end of last year.
Yeah, I mean,
I would say that's kind of when he started getting hot. Was towards the end of last year.
Yeah, I mean, he's just had an incredible stretch of golf, and it's been very, very consistent, which that's what the great players do. The great players make cuts, and they're always in the mix, and it seemingly Jon Rahm is always in the mix. Gonna be tough to bet against that guy on a week in, week out basis. I mean, there's not a lot of flaws in his game. I mean, he hoops the long putts, he makes the shots under pressure. And I mean, Homa, like I was like, it was very evident on the broadcast that it was a home game for Homa, and if Rahm was very much the away team at the home arena. I mean, everyone in that crowd wanted Homa to win. He's from there, and Rahm was able just to stave off, again, like you said, one of the other hottest and best players on tour, Max Homa, with all the crowd momentum and everything, and just really didn't make a mistake. Max kind of left him off the hook there on 13 when he made that stupid bogey. But other than that, just a great tournament, loaded leaderboard. Homa was pretty emotional after the loss. It's actually the second time Dan Rappaport's made a player cry when he asked, "Are you more proud of the fight or upset with the loss?" Something like that. Yeah. Are you more proud of the fight? Are you more proud of your fight or more upset with the outcome or the result?
Right.
And he asked Sahith Theegala that last year when he lost the Waste Management Open, and he just started crying. He asked Homa the same question. He starts crying. It's just like, is that just going to be his new question?
Right. His new question when someone fucking chokes on the last couple holes or whatever, chokes in the final round.
Yeah. So I sorry, my mic came unplugged. I had to fix it. But yeah, he was emotional after the loss. He very evidently wanted to win that one. He said that. He said that when he won it in 20, it was 20 or 21. There was no fans there because of COVID, so it didn't really feel the same. And he said he'll be back when he's going to win it again. So this tournament clearly just means a lot to him. It means a lot to all the guys. People love that golf course. It's one of the most popular courses on tour for guys. They love the architecture. They love just the way it plays. And so I expect we'll see Max Homa in the mix when they go back there next year for sure.
Oh, right.
Probably an even bigger story of the weekend. Tiger Woods makes the cut, finishes T45.
Which was shocking.
Yeah. Finishes T45 at 1 under. I don't think people realize how far this man has come. Consistently hitting it with 180 ball speed. He's lost no juice. And he was admitted after the round that, he just couldn't make some putts, and he said that he was nervous. He goes, it's the first time he's felt nervous like that in a long time. That just comes with him not playing a lot of tournament golf recently. And it's going to be tough for him to be formidable when he admittedly may play 6 events this year. He's going to play the 4 majors and might play one other. The players probably. So
he ain't playing all 4 majors.
You don't think so?
No.
We'll see. I mean, he'll
probably play the Masters.
He's gonna play the Masters.
Yeah, he's playing the Masters, and then what's after that? The PGA.
Mm-hmm.
Depending on how he feels, who knows? Depending on how the Masters goes.
Yeah, I
Because he
thought
didn't play in the PGA last year.
yeah, but he
Or
I
the
mean
Open.
admitted
Or
he
the
looked
US Open.
he looked so much better than he did last year. The limp, as though although it's evident, was not nearly as bad. I don't know. His game just looked better. He looked a lot more capable to play 4 rounds of golf, I thought. And he was striping it all week. I mean, if he posted, I think Saturday, four under 67. If he does that all 4 days, it comes in second place. Um, so I don't know. I thought it was as impressive of a T45 finish as I've seen. Obviously, he's the GOAT. And anytime he's going to be in a tournament, it just has a different type of buzz. Um, and being able to watch him play with Rory and JT in those first couple rounds, it just seemed like three dudes that genuinely were just having a good time playing with each other. And I guess I don't want to be lost on people just how devastating that leg injury really, really was. So I just think, just seeing him play golf again was super cool. And I got a crazy Tiger stat. If you only took years 1990 and the 2000 season, he'd have 15 wins in 4 majors.
Well, that was when he did the Tiger Slam.
That's the craziest thing ever. I mean, 15 wins in 2 years. That's what? What are we talking about? I mean,
yeah, that's insane.
I don't know. I think the designated events have been awesome. Loaded leaderboards, star-studded field. I think the designated events are some of the best things, maybe one of the best things the PGA Tour has ever done, because there's nothing better than you have Rahm and Homa down the stretch at a tournament.
I mean, it's kind of like they said in the Netflix thing when I think they talked about it for one of the episodes, to where when they had that players only meeting and like they got the commitment from the top players to where like they're okay, well, we're adding what was it like three more designated events.
Oh, is there 7 then?
I thought they added more. I thought they were like, we're adding like
Oh,
two
for
or three.
next year. For
Yeah,
next
for
year,
like
there's more. Yeah.
we're adding more, and like it's like almost a mandatory that like the top 20 players have to play in that
Yep.
event or whatever. And players were like,
And
oh, we didn't know it was requirement. It's like, okay, well, if you want to grow the game of golf and you don't want to keep on losing players, you have to probably do this.
also, why wouldn't you want to play? These purses are huge. It was another $20 million purse. Max Homa won double what he won. Max Homa won more for coming in second place this time than he did when he won the event.
Right.
So, if you're a player, you make the cut. You're going home with hundreds of thousands of dollars. So, I think I agree with you. I think any of the chitter chatter about it being like, oh, it's required. Come on, man. If you're a fan of the game, you want to see the best players playing in the most elite tournaments, right? Like that's
Right.
just how it should be. So, Riviera, like I said, just an awesome course. It's so fun to watch. Next up, the Honda Classic for these guys. No idea who's playing in that, but it's not going to be anything like it was this weekend. So
No, you're probably gonna have maybe a handful of top guys, but
yeah, it feels like it's a big weekend that guys take off because, like, obviously you're coming from the waste management and then onto this event, so it's kind of like, and that's like I think Riviera is the last of the West Coast swing. So moving on, but all right, let's get to our NFL mock draft. We'll be right back. All right, let's get to our mock draft here. Let me share my screen.
Change your name to yourself.
I don't know how to do that.
Okay, never mind. You're just gonna be
Yeah,
me.
it's fine. I don't care. Okay, share screen right here. Share. All right.
Perfect.
Can you see it?
Yep.
All right. So Lions, we're gonna do 7
this.
rounds. I'm gonna make this like that. All right, mock draft 1.0. Let's see. All right, before we get started, Cases, do you want to say Pat at 6, or are you trying to move up in the draft here?
Honestly,
I think we stay Pat.
let's stay. Let's just stay at 6. Let's stay at 6.
Will Anderson, Bryce Young, Witherspoon went third. All right.
Trade.
Yeah, I don't like any of this. Let's see. Let me Should I offer that?
I'm fine with that.
All right, moving two back. We're also getting a second and a third rounder. I'm down for that. We got a ton of picks now. No, I'm not trading back to 19. I think we take Tyree Wilson. He's a dog. Edge rusher can also play inside.
Yeah, let's do him.
Yeah, shore up that defensive line, put him opposite of Aiden Hutchinson. I like that. Let's see. He's 6'6", 275. That's huge. That's a big boy. All right, let's take him. Let's. All right, first pick, Tyree Wilson.
I say Joey Porter.
I think we got to take Joey Porter.
Yeah.
Shore up that secondary. Love that pick. Need a linebacker. What do you want to do? We got our
I'm
next
fine
picks.
trading out of this spot because we're sitting at 48 unless we want to trade out at 48.
I mean, do any of these guys jump off at you?
Not really.
All right, so we got 44, 48, 55. We can trade back to 53, 54, 58, 63. Let's see. It was first next year. No, second. No.
Let's try to go. That's not gonna happen. Do this. Throw a second next year for them, and then go that 75 or no, go 183. See what that does. Oh, it doesn't. This shit.
No, I'm not. Nah.
Or go third next year.
What about that?
You can try that.
Jeez, these going being stingy as
Fucking, we ain't trading with them. Move to 54.
third next year, fourth the following year. And
Drop the fourth from the following year and put 134. Put that 134 on deck. Yeah. Let's try that. Those three for.
Let's do 134. All right. This Josh Downs cat still on the table. I don't know. We don't need another short receiver though.
No,
We already got Amron, Saint, and Jameis aren't like we need nah.
Scroll down.
I like Siaki Ika.
Okay, I'm cool with that.
He's 6'4", 358. Put him right in the middle, nose tackle.
Yeah, I'm cool with that.
I would say that or Gibbs. We might be able to get Gibbs still. Let's see.
Nope, Gibbs is gone. Go to that Keyshawn receiver for now. I think he's that short one. I'm pretty sure. I think he's their slot.
Yeah. 6 foot 205.
Yeah.
Shore up the offensive line, get a tackle. Never a bad idea to improve your best unit.
or that linebacker from Clemson.
Yeah, he's like a gadget linebacker, I'm pretty sure. Man coverage heavy. He can be your tight end eraser, flip over to the slot in a pinch.
Draft him.
Yeah, I like that.
And then here I would go.
I love Jack Campbell. I think he's going to be a stud.
I'd go him. Back-to-back linebackers.
Yeah, because he's more of a middle linebacker, Campbell is.
Let's do it.
Anzalone's replacement. Ooh.
I'd go Ringo.
Yeah. Let's take this guy from A&M.
Nah, he sucks. That dude sucks.
He's only 5'9". Yeah. I do Tank Bigsby.
I'm cool with that.
Yeah, because even if we could bring him Jamal back, I think this would light a fire under DeAndre Swift a little bit. It's a little bit of a reach for his position, but I'm taking him. All right, now we got to sit back and chill. We don't got another pick for like 2 rounds.
Center from Michigan.
Evan Brown's replacement.
Oh shit, we could have waited for and got Deuce Vaughn.
Yeah.
I'd go Henry Tutu too.
Yeah, I agree. Can never have too many linebackers, man.
I mean, and their linebackers suck, dude. Lions linebackers are horrible.
Yeah. Clayton Tune, backup quarterback.
Nah, dude.
Then I say we go. Then we do tackle or guard. Get some
Okay.
depth on the
Yeah,
offensive
I'm cool
line.
with that. I'm cool with that.
Let's grab this tackle from Pittsburgh. This is the part where I don't know any of these guys, so it's just kind of. Should we get a tight end? Oh, this guy's from Jackson State. We don't have like 4 linebackers, so
yeah, I was gonna say that's gonna be our 4th linebacker. I mean, you can go that tight end. I mean, because they technically do need some tight ends.
I want to see a big dude. That's all I really care about. 6'5", 245. Sign me up. All right, mock draft 1.0. Let's see how we're looking. We had a lot of picks here. I think we had 12 draft picks.
Yeah, that was a lot of picks.
All right.
A minus grade.
No, that's on the trade.
Oh.
A minus overall, but yeah.
A minus overall. Let's go over our picks. A minus, B plus, B for that trade, B minus, Tank Bigsby, and then those were our 2, and then the tight. Honestly, our
this is a good
worst
trade.
Our 3 worst picks were the ones where we didn't even honestly, we guessed a guy. Because Bigsby, we didn't know, we just guessed. I just randomly said the Michigan center, just because they had a decent O-line.
It's the best in the country. Why? No slander here.
I like this draft. Good O-line. Sorry, I didn't mean when I said
joking.
I didn't mean it like that. And
then I like this draft
from Pittsburgh.
I like this draft. Also, I don't put a lot of stock into the grades because they're not like you have to also keep in mind like we're trying to draft for positional need and not just taking like the top guy they recommend off the board all the time. So
right.
I like this draft. I think if we got Keely Ringo in the 3rd round, that'd be a steal.
Yeah.
I'm happy
I
with
agree.
it.
I'm happy with this. I'm happy with this. We did a good job.
Yeah.
We will
All
be
right.
phenomenal GMs in the NFL.
Probably the best GM duo to ever see like the
Like
sports
we
ever
would
seen.
probably win a Super Bowl within the first 3 years of us being GMs.
First three, we're winning that first year. I will legitimately recruit the best talent. People would want to come play for us.
Right.
Um, what do you think about that tweet I sent you or that picture?
That was surprise. I'm not surprised, honestly.
The shocking one was the Rays. That one surprised me, and then obviously the Dodgers.
I mean, not really, because think about it, they've been good for the past couple of years.
You know what's just surprising is the Cardinals being the first in the Central. I would have guessed that it would be the Brewers. I feel like the Brewers have had more success recently.
Not, but no, the Cardinals have been more consistent. The Brewers may have had like I think a season or two where they were really like they were a lot better, but like I mean, what this is a 2 year span, 3 year span. I think in
From
one of
yeah,
those
three seasons.
one of those seasons, I mean, I don't think the Brewers were that good, and the Cardinals have always been kind of really consistent.
Yeah. Last thing to cover here. I think this is total bullshit. Uh, did you hear about Greg Olson's deal with Fox?
No.
So soon as Tom Brady begins his broadcasting career, his salary is going to be reduced from 10 million to 3 million. How does that work? What type of deal did he get where his agent agreed to a salary reduction? That's nuts. And I don't know
Fuck
if that's
that.
because you get paid off the slot. Like if you're not on the primetime game, you don't get primetime money. I don't know how that works, but I would be pissed. I thought Greg Olson did a fantastic job during the Super Bowl.
He did. He did do a good job. I didn't like him throughout the regular season for some reason, but he did a good job during the Super Bowl. Well, it's because he knew that's the only time he's ever going to host it. Because next year it is on CBS, so you have Jim Nance,
Yep.
and then the year after that it's on ABC, which I did not know was a fucking thing.
ABC's gonna host the Super
ABC
Bowl.
every 3 year it's gonna go. I looked it up because like they were talking about it on Pardon My Take. Hold on. It's like every couple years it switches. Where the fuck is that site? Because yeah, it's like I think in 20 like the next 2 or 3 years, I think NBC has it. It's like switches between the four things. I think it switches between CBS, Fox, NBC, and now ABC is going to get thrown into the mix just because of uh Joe Buck.
Yeah.
Yeah, so right here. So 24 CBS, 25 Fox, 26 NBC, 27 ABC, and then after that it goes in that rotation again. It goes CBS, Fox, NBC, ABC. CBS, Fox, NBC, then most likely ABC. So that's how it's going to be for the future. It's just going to switch between different
Those three.
those four.
Four, sorry.
CBS, Fox, NBC, ABC.
It's so stupid.
I mean, I mean, they probably fight to see who wants to host. I mean,
Oh,
this
no,
year it
of
was like
course.
$7 million for a 30-second commercial clip. All that's going for getting fed right into those fucking TV deals or
Absolutely
those networks.
crazy the amount of money. But all right. That does it.
Love you guys.
Love you guys. No music. Sorry. Riverside sucks.
Fuck Riverside.
See you guys next week.